Hey everyone, and welcome back to Rainbow Tarot UK. It's lovely to have you here if you're new or if you're a returning viewer and subscriber. Thanks ever so much for tuning in. So today's reading we're doing, aren't we? You know, their actions versus their feelings. So are they acting in a way that is, you know, reflective of how they are truly feeling? You know, is there, is there a symmetry with that? Do they correspond, or is there a mismatch in some ways? That is what we're going to be doing today. And we've got our three piles. We've got pile number 1, which is the Radiant Wise Tarot deck and the Tiger's Eye. You just see that there, beautiful Tiger's Eye. And then we have the Everyday Witch Tarot with the Blue Lace Agate. There you go. And then we have the Mermaid Tarot here with the Orange Calcite, which is one of my loveliest stones, I think. I love this stone. But anyway, so those are our 3 groups. So just take a moment, go for the one that's calling for you, like I always say. There might be more than one pile that has different messages for you, and only take the messages that feel right, obviously. You know, only if it sort of checks in with how you... how you're resonating yourself, how you're feeling and thinking yourself. Never take a message that doesn't sit right with your situation. But other than that, I will see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hey pile number 1, and welcome back to your reading. So today our reading is, isn't it, do their actions reflect how they are truly feeling? So we've got actions versus feelings. So we're going to use the Radiant Wise to do, how they're acting at the moment, what their actions are displaying, how they're presenting themselves, how they're acting. And we're going to use the Morgan Greer to show how they are feeling. I've also got a couple of oracle cards, and I might do a few oracle cards throughout the reading. But you also came in under the Tiger's Eye. So I'm going to put that there, beautiful Tiger's Eye. So let's get straight to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I've got 1 oracle card for their actions and 1 oracle card for their feelings at the moment. So let's start off with the oracle card for their actions. And we've got card number 20, which says house. In the moonlight, isn't it? Is it in the moonlight, or is it in the... So this is either... this is either an eclipse, some little eclipse going on here, or it's the waning moon. So it could be that this is a relationship that you're in at the moment. It's currently a sort of, because with the house, it can represent stability, security, stable, something stable and solid. So for some of you, this might be a situation whereby it's a stable and solid relationship. It's a steady relationship. It might be a long-term relationship, something that you've been in for quite some time. But with the eclipse here, or the kind of waning moon, your person may be behaving in a way which is making you feel confused somehow. Is not the norm with the eclipse and the possibility of an eclipse here, because that's quite an unusual thing. So they may be behaving, and that might be why you're having this reading. So maybe they're behaving in a way which isn't really normal for them, or is unusual, or is making you feel confused, or you're thinking that maybe they're a little bit secretive, or something like that, possibly. But the actual relationship is quite steady and long-term and steadfast, or they're presenting themselves as if they want a steady, reliable, loyal situation with you. They're in it for the long haul, they're in it for the long term. But there's something maybe about it that you're kind of questioning around that, possibly, because this stability is in contrast with this kind of moon, or possible eclipse of the sun in the background, which kind of makes me think of the moon card, which can talk about confusion, unsettledness, things not being clear, something like that. So it's a little bit of a contrast. So maybe they might be giving mixed messages in some ways. They might be acting in a way which is a little bit mixed for you, which again would lead to confusion. They may be in a settled situation, or you may be in a settled situation. It depends on what comes out here. So maybe somebody is in a settled situation with somebody else in this connection, just for some of you. But let's Let's wait and see. Now the gates are closed as well to this house. It looks very locked up and inaccessible. So maybe they're behaving in a way at the moment where they're kind of a little bit inaccessible. They're very self-contained, they're not giving much. And again, that could be creating confusion, something like that. But anyway, let's see, let's start. So we're going to leave that for when we're looking at feelings. So how is, can we please ask, how is pile number one's person's, and this is also a good way of you checking whether this is your pile and whether the situation resonates with you or not. So how is pile number one's person acting right now? So how are they acting? What are they doing? How are they acting right now in the connection with pile number one? Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and then we have the Ten of Cups. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. Yeah, this goes very much with that card. So I feel like overall for many of you, this could be a situation that you're asking about, that you're actually in a kind of fairly committed, with a Hierophant here, a fairly committed situation, or they are telling you that they want commitment in the situation. They are telling you that they want commitment, they want stability, they want loyalty, something like that. It goes with the House card, because that is all about stability, loyalty, a solid foundation. It's all symbolic often of a solid relationship, of a stable relationship. Something that's been built up maybe over time, something like that. And because you have the Hierophant as the overarching energy, then that's either the case and you're talking about somebody that you're actually in a partnership with and it looks fairly solid and stable. You might be married to this person, you might have been with them for a long time, or they are promising that, or they are telling you that. They are saying that they want that. But there is some element, and also, with the Ten of Cups here, that is emotional happiness, fulfillment. So for many of you, this could have be a situation, or have been a situation, which has provided emotional happiness, fulfillment, stability. 10 is an excess of an energy, so it's an excess of happiness. So to all intents and purposes, this connection for many of you could have been a very happy connection, a very solid and stable connection. Maybe you've got children with them, maybe you're married to them, maybe you're committed to them, something like that. Or they're telling you that they want that. They're saying to you that they want that. But with, like I said in that first card, with the moon here, or the possible eclipse of the sun and the shut gates here, maybe there's something about their actions which is also making you feel a little bit confused, because with the Four of Swords here, this is a card of kind of retreat, or respite. So maybe for some of you, this is something that was solid and secure and stable, but it might be on a temporary pause at the moment, or a temporary separation, or you're just feeling that your person isn't really giving a lot to the situation in the way that they used to, or they are saying one thing in terms of, I want commitment, I want happiness, I want to be with you, you provide, you make me feel great, but they're not, their actions maybe don't really match that all the time. They're not consistent with that, because the Four of Swords is about retreat, it's about respite. They might be actually quite exhausted within themselves, they might be quite stressed, they might be quite low in spirits, their health might be a bit under par, a bit below par at the moment. Or it could just be that they're retreating from you. So it could be that they're doing also mixed messages. So one minute they're kind of like saying, yeah, you're the best thing since sliced bread, and then they're kind of pulling back. They're retreating, or maybe they're ghosting you, or something like that, some sort of mixed message or mixed energy. The Four of Pentacles is that they're acting, maybe it's going going through a tricky time at the moment with the Four of Swords here. Maybe you're on, like I say, a temporary pause or a temporary break. But I feel like there's something about, there might be some material considerations in this situation as well, particularly with a house, because that can talk about material benefits, having built something up materially, built security and stability. So there might be a lot of consideration about that in this connection, because this is a person holding on to all of their material gains, not wanting to let go of that, sometimes to the detriment of their emotional health and happiness. So it could be that this person is acting in a way where you've been with them for a long time, but they're not really giving much to the emotional side of the relationship or the emotional side of the connection, because they're too busy, maybe focused on work or career, or just keeping things ticking over, making sure that all of these material things are, they're maybe putting that before anything else, all the material concerns. And that's, let's face it, at the moment in the world, people are trying to hang on to all their, we are trying to manage a very difficult economic situation generally. So, a preoccupation with finances and material things and getting by and getting through a tricky time is probably on the minds of most people. But I would say in this person, there's a kind of like, maybe you're thinking there's not enough emphasis on nurturing and feeding the relationship emotionally. Maybe there was before. Maybe they've got a bit lazy. If you've been with them for a long time. You've got this it feels like a very committed, settled situation, which can indicate that you've been with somebody for a long time. There's a lot of history, and they've just got a little bit lazy. The foundations are there, you've had the happiness, the family's there, the connection is there, but they've maybe just got a little bit lazy in nurturing that, and it's a little bit confusing for you. You're not really sure how they feel about you anymore. You're not really sure if they really feel in love with you, if they really feel connected to you with this moon and this possible eclipse of the sun. They're a bit shut down with these closed gates. And their heart might be a bit shut off from you, and that might, even though you might be in a committed situation, or even though they're telling you that they want, or possibly or telling you that they want a committed situation with you, that you're the person that they really want to be with, you're the person that they really want to build a connection with, you're the person that they really want to see in their future, they can see a future with, but they're kind of like a little bit either shut down, asleep, almost like asleep on the job, not really giving much to it. They might just be exhausted within themselves. So there might actually be something about your person where they're a little bit exhausted, a little bit under the weather, a little bit under par. And that could be the reason why they're behaving like that. And just a complete preoccupation with the everyday things, just kind of getting by in the situation, or just work or finances or that kind of stuff, which is completely preoccupying them, and they're not investing in the situation. So that is kind of what I'm seeing. Now that doesn't feel like your situation, and you might be on a temporary pause or a temporary separation with them, or it might feel, even if you're with them, you might feel a bit lonely because they're not really giving you much. So it might not feel like you are connected very much emotionally at the moment. Now if that doesn't feel like your situation, then you might want to look at another part, but that's kind of what I'm seeing. In terms of astrological signs, the Hierophant is Taurus energy, Four of Pentacles is Capricorn, which is very much a sign that is preoccupied with work, very ambitious. Four of Swords is Libran energy, and Ten of Cups is Pisces energy. So those are just some of the astrological signs. So let's see if we can have another one of these. Let's see if we can have another. So, can you have a card to indicate how pile number one's person is currently acting? I feel like that one is calling to me. So let's see, what's this one say? Yeah, stand still. So this might be something that has come into separation, or it might be that this person is just sort of like on hold somehow from you. They're not. They're sort of stuck. It might be that they are stuck. That would go with the Four of Coins. The situation is stuck. It's not moving forward. It's, you don't feel like you're getting any movement from them. They're a little bit shut in to themselves. They're not, they're not giving much. They're not giving much out in some way. And it might be because they are feeling stuck, or that the situation is stuck. It's on a standstill. It's on a pause in some way. Or maybe they've retreated from you and you're just not sure what's going on with them in some way. Okay, so let's see. Now let's have a look and see, does this reflect how they are actually feeling about you? So we've got them in this situation where they are kind of maybe giving mixed messages, maybe have retreated, maybe not giving much to the situation, maybe not nurturing the situation, maybe not making you filling up your cup, but you might have a committed, stable relationship with them. So it may have got a bit stale, something like that. So let's see, let's have a look. So what have we got here? So this is the lizard and pitcher plants. And that's interesting because that says stagnation. So my sense is, well, let's see what else we've got here first. Let's see. How is pile number one's person feeling? How are they actually feeling towards pile number one? How are they actually feeling towards pile number one? I feel like that one wants to come out. Page of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. Page of Pentacles. 9 of Wands. And King of Pentacles. Right. Okay, right under the 10 of Cups there. And then what have we got at the bottom of the deck, which is the Devil. I feel like this might be a situation that has come into separation with the stagnation, or it's kind of, that is it, with it, because the stagnation goes very well with the standing still. It's a situation where it's not really moving. It's sort of stuck, and it goes to the 4 of Pentacles here. So it might not be moving in stagnation because you are actually in separation, but it might have been a long-term commitment here, or it's on pause in some way. Or it might be that it's in stagnation because it can't move in some way. And the way this person is feeling, again, is, I mean, the overarching energy is that they might be going through, and it goes to the 4 of Swords. I feel like your person might be going through a little bit of a difficult time at the moment, or they are suffering from self-limiting beliefs about the connection, doubts, fears, and they're letting those control them. So they might be giving mixed messages. So they might know that this is a committed situation that can potentially bring them a lot of happiness, but there's something about them that is holding them back from that. There's something about the connection that is making them feel fearful, that is making them feel they're having limiting beliefs about it. Now, it could be as well that they are actually in a stable or committed relationship. I think I said that at the beginning, or somebody is in a committed or stable relationship, and you are a temptation for them. You are someone that is tempting them, something that will tempt them out of their secure setup, or maybe you're in a secure setup in some way. But their overarching feeling is the Devil, which is either that they are being negatively affected by a situation, a belief, something that's kind of like controlling them some way in a detrimental way about this connection. But I feel like they do have a sense of commitment to you, because we've got the King of Pentacles. So again, it could be something whereby it's a long-standing situation, it's coming to separation, and there is this underpinning it. There is still them feeling committed to the situation. They still feel committed to the situation with the King of Pentacles here. They still feel loyal to the situation, because that is the King of Pentacles. They still want to build and grow the situation. They still want to have stability with you. So they still want this situation, but it's maybe going through a difficult time, or they are feeling worn out, because right under the card, the 4 of Swords, which is worn out, tired, in need of a break, we have the 9 of Wands, which is somebody who's like the wounded warrior, somebody who's had to fight a lot in their life, somebody who might be very tired. So it could be that this situation has brought a lot of challenges. This connection brings a lot of challenges for them. They find the situation challenging, but they still somehow want to fight for it. I feel like if you're in separation, or if you're going through a difficult time, or if they are not giving you much, it could be that they're just not capable of giving you much at the moment because of their own sort of feelings of lack or ill health or inadequacy in some way, but they're still trying to hang on in there. It goes to the 4 of Pentacles. They're still trying to fight for the situation. They're still trying to stand up for the situation. Maybe they feel they need time to reflect with the Page of Pentacles here, to grow, to learn a little bit more. So maybe it's just a time that where they've come into separation, or you've come into separation, there's been some problems, and you need to kind of relearn, or they feel like they need to relearn how to be in the connection again, something like that. But pages can talk about new beginnings. So I feel like if you're in separation, they definitely want a new beginning with you, a tangible new beginning with you. But at the moment, I can't help feeling it might be in separation, or it might be just not moving, kind of just stuck. And it could be because of limiting beliefs, doubts, fears, because we've got stagnation, we've got standstill, we've got this Four of Swords. It feels to me like it's a very stuck situation, that your person is, you know, is not giving a lot maybe at the moment towards you, but their feelings are that they still do want to remain in this situation. They still do want to be in this situation in a committed way, with the King of Pentacles here and the Page of Pentacles. But it might be that they're feeling that I need to somehow, because the Page of Pentacles can talk about learning, so maybe I just need to learn how to be in this connection again. I need to learn how to emotionally connect with pile number 1 again. I need to overcome whatever it is that is holding me back, whatever fears and doubts are holding me back. And I feel like that is interfering with the stability of the situation, but they still see it as a stable, in the long term, they still see it as a stable situation. It's just maybe something that is going through a tricky time at the moment, or going through a period of stagnation and respite, and there needs to be a reconnection back with you, with each other emotionally. And I feel like your person does want to do this, fighting in a way to try and do that, to try and overcome you know, whatever might have got in the way of this situation, really. So I don't feel that they're giving, I mean, they are, I feel like they might be giving mixed messages, certainly here, but I think it's got something to do with their lack of confidence, or not feeling very well in themselves, or feeling stuck in their life maybe. Maybe there's a little bit of depression with them, maybe something like that, that is preventing them. Because when we feel that way, it's kind of hard to, well, it's hard to feel happy emotions, and it's definitely hard to express them or love, you know, to others, because, you know, we need to kind of somehow focus on ourselves. So maybe there's sort of feeling, I just need a bit of time to kind of get myself together here a little bit. But essentially, I still feel very committed to pile number 1. Let's see what else we've got here. It might be it's obviously a very tricky time for you, pile number 1, as well, because, you know, it can be quite, you know, tricky to be with someone if they're giving off mixed messages, or they're not giving much to the situation. You know, it makes you question yourself, but you shouldn't question yourself in this situation, because this is basically about, I think it's all kind of their stuff that they need to work out, really. Let's see, how is pile number 1's person feeling at the moment? Wholeness. Yeah, I feel like they're looking for a sense of wholeness, or they are wanting a sense of wholeness. Now, it's card number 33, and that cancels down to 6, which again is about harmony, restored peace, calm. So if you've been in a temporary pause, I feel like they want this stability back. You know, they want that security back. They want that sense of wholeness back. Maybe they did something with the Devil card here. Maybe somebody did something that was a bit reckless, not right. Somebody allowed their need for instant gratification or whatever to get the better of them, and maybe there's some regret there, but I feel like now they want a sense of wholeness, and that sense of wholeness is being back with you. But anyway, pile number 1, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we're doing, aren't we, you know, their actions versus their feelings. So is the way they're acting, does it correspond with how they are truly feeling? So you chose to come into the reading on the Everyday Witch Tarot and the beautiful blue lace agate here. Lovely, I'm going to put that there so we can see it. And I've got a couple of oracle cards here, but anyway, so yes, we're just going to do the top row is going to be about, you know, how they're acting at the moment, and then the bottom row is going to be about, you know, whether about their feeling, how they're feeling in the situation. So also it gives you a good sense of whether it's the right pile for you. So let's get straight to it. So I've got a couple of oracle cards that I've shuffled, and I'm also going to do a few more during the reading. But the first one we're going to look at, which is, you know, their actions at the moment. Oh gosh. So we've got this beautiful card, and it says marriage, card number 3. So, I mean, you know, take marriage as it resonates. You could actually literally be married to this person, or you could be in the process of preparing for marriage in some way for some of you, or engagement or something like that. But it talks about, I mean, in essence, it talks about a happy union. I mean, it's on average, it's a positive card. But let's see what comes out, and let's just not say too much until we've got our... I'm going to do that one for feelings until we've got our tarot. So let's go. Let's see. So, you know, how is pile number 2's person? Thank you very much if you've shared, subscribed. Oh, so we've got these throughout. So we've got the 2 of Wands, and we've got the 10 of Wands. Okay, 2 of Wands and 10 of Wands. How is, and that one seems to want to flip out as well, the Hermit. So that's interesting, because it's in sharp contrast to this card here. And the Fool. Right. Okay, so let's see here. I was going to say thank you very much for subscribing, sharing, commenting. Right, I mean, I think, you know, this could be, because these 2 cards are pretty positive, really, here. So they are, in terms of their actions, it could be that you are either in a settled relationship with them. For some of you, you're in the connect, you know, you've been in maybe a long term, with the marriage card here, you've been in a long term connection with you, with them, a settled one for some of you, but it's possibly come into separation with the Hermit card here and the 2 of Wands, because the Hermit card is a card of retreat. It's a card of going inwards. It's a card of finding your inner truth, and you normally need to do that on your own. So this person may be acting. So you may be in a committed relationship with you, but they're withdrawing from you, or they're withdrawn in some way from you. Maybe with the Fool card here, I don't always get this with the Fool, but maybe they're acting a little bit foolishly. You're believing they're acting a little bit foolishly, or they're sort of like. Maybe acting in a way that suggests that they, you know, want to kind of go off and have adventure and, you know, take a few risks. Or so maybe it's a settled, committed situation, and they're acting maybe a little bit foolishly, a little bit recklessly, taking risks, saying that they want, you know, maybe saying that they want to start over, maybe something like that. The 10 of Wands is a heavy situation. It's a heavy situation. So it might be that they're acting in a way where they're feeling like the situation is there, or they're giving off that the situation is making them feel heavy. It's making them feel burdened. They're not happy. Something like that for some of you. So they could be in retreat. They could be behaving in ways which is a little bit foolish, a little bit selfish, a little bit risky. Maybe they're saying the situation is, you know, causing them to feel under strain, heavy. 2 of Wands could mean that they are giving mixed messages in some way with the 2 of Wands here, or they are not clear, you know, because the 2 of Wands any 2s can be a little bit like this, going backwards and forwards maybe a little bit. So it could be that you're in a settled relationship with you and they're behaving in this way, or you were in a settled relationship and it's come into separation. And that they also, in that separation, you know, are feeling heavy, they're not feeling happy. And the 2 of Wands is that they're sort of waiting, they're waiting to see what happens next. That could be the other way of reading it. And they want a new beginning. I mean, that's the other way of reading it. You're in separation and they're feeling that they want a brand new beginning, or they're behaving as though that they want this kind of brand new start, this brand new beginning, so that they don't want the separation to be forever. So I feel like it could be one of those 2 situations where you're with them, but they're behaving foolishly, they're feeling that you know, they're heavy, they're feeling the situation is heavy, maybe weighing them down. Maybe they're making you feel like, you know, it's a burden for them. Maybe they're retreating, maybe they've ghosted you, maybe they're not connecting with you, maybe they're not contacting you, maybe they're keeping you waiting, maybe they're sort of going backwards and forwards, giving mixed messages. But it could be as well, the other side of it, they could be saying that they want this committed situation with you, that they want this long-term connection with you, that they want this new beginning with you, that they want to start with you, but that's not being backed up really, because these are cards of kind of either stagnation, weighing things up, going backwards and forwards, or retreat and feeling heavy in the situation. So there's sort of a heaviness to it. So those are just some of the things that I'm seeing. If that doesn't sound like your pile or your situation, you might want to listen to another pile. In terms of, yes, it might be kind of like currently feel like it's out of kilter or out of balance, or they're behaving in a kind of out of balance way, or maybe just with this Fool card here, just, you know, not sort of valuing, maybe not valuing the connection. So maybe you're feeling not really valuing the connection. They're possibly just thinking about their own needs, something like that. So in terms of astrological signs, I mean, the Two of Wands is Aries energy, Ten of Wands is Sagittarius energy, and the Hermit is Virgo energy. Yeah, with this fire here, I just feel like they might be the Sagittarius and the Aries. This person might be quite strong-willed. They might want things, you know, they might want everything their own way in some way. So it might be a separation here. And you might have actually been married to them or committed to them, just for some of you. But anyway, let's see. So let's see if we've got another oracle card maybe that we can see. So how is pile number 2's person sort of acting at the moment? What's going on? How, you know, please can we have a clear card on their actions, please? Clear card on their actions. That one wants to come out. This one says focus. They may be finding it difficult to focus. That's what I'm finding. Because with the Two of Wands here, that is about sort of waiting, not being sure, weighing things up. Ten of Wands is about being overloaded, burdened. The Hermit is all about going inward to find truth and your inner focus. So I feel like this person might be trying to find focus. It could be that, you know, the situation's come into separation. They're trying to focus on ways to have a new beginning in some way. We've got this mountain, haven't we, at the back of this snow leopard. Maybe it's feels like it's a mountain to climb, maybe back towards you if you're in separation, but they're focusing, they're trying to focus. Because this is also an image of focus. This person is meditating by this fire, and I feel like there's a sense of focus, of trying to either bring themselves back into balance or bring the situation back into balance so it can start again, because the Fool is the Fool is the start of the major arcana. It's the Fool's journey. So I feel like the overarching energy of this person is that they want to begin again somehow. Now, it's not clear to me yet until I do these cards around feelings of whether they want to begin again with you. But definitely I feel that they want balance. They want to begin again in some way in their lives. They want a new journey. It might be a bit risky. It might be a leap of faith, but they want to do that in some way. But anyway, let's have a look now and see, you know, how are they actually feeling? So in terms of their, we've looked at how they're acting, but does this reflect how they're actually feeling about you? So we've got, oh, now would you believe it? So this is the dragonfly and the pansy, and underneath it says balance. So I think how they're feeling is that they definitely want a sense of balance. Because these cards, especially the Ten of Wands, that is definitely an energy that's out of balance. Somebody is just overloaded. Maybe the situation just was very difficult in some way, or was very heavy. And you know, and that may be why it came into separation. If some of you are in separation here, and now there needs to be a rebalance somehow. But anyway, let's have a look and see. So how is pile number 2's person actually feeling towards pile number 2? Please can you tell me, how is pile number 2's person actually feeling towards pile number 2? Please can you make it clear to me? 9 of Cups. How is pile number 2's person actually feeling? 7 of Cups. How is pile number 2's person actually feeling? And the Magician. Okay. Yeah. So if this is it goes with the marriage card here. So their feelings are definitely that they want this happiness with you. They want this happiness with you. They want this union with you, which basically is, I mean, I know it says marriage, and again, take that how it resonates, but it's basically symbolic of a long-term commitment and union, a happy union. And that is how they are feeling, that they want that with you, because we've got the 9 of Cups, which is basically a wish fulfillment. It's basically them feeling that being with you, and it could be that you're in this waiting phase, this separation phase underneath the Two of Wands here, where maybe they're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen next. Maybe it's a period of healing, period of focus, something like that. But you are a wish fulfillment to them. They see you as that, because that is the Nine of Cups. You fill up their cup totally. Now, it could be that there's a lot of dreaming going on about you. It could be that they are, yeah, this is like almost like, so maybe it just feels like at the moment the situation was so difficult, so heavy in the connection, or it is so heavy, so difficult in the connection. It feels like a bit of a dream for it to be able to move out of that. But it is, because this can be a card of daydreaming. Maybe, you know, they were a little bit uncommitted before, or a little bit, maybe this person is a little bit dreamy, lacks focus, because this is about lacking focus. It's about being, you know, having all these choices and not being clear about which one to take. So maybe it was something like that that caused it to come into separation. There was sort of a lack of focus, a lack of maybe commitment, out of balance in some way, and that would go with the Seven of Cups here. So maybe that is still a little bit that they've got that in them, and that might be why they have the focus, that they need to focus and come into balance, because maybe they were just a little bit scattered before, not really, not really focused, not really able to make a commitment with the marriage card here, not really able to provide security and stability, and now in separation they're feeling that they should have done that. So maybe there was something like that, there was a lack of commitment before, but they definitely, with the Magician card here, want to manifest the situation. So out of this period of maybe being in separation, or this period of reflection, which you think is what's going on here, they are wanting to manifest, because the Magician comes straight after the Fool, and that is about, it's about having all their, you know, they're feeling that they've got all the tools, all the resources to bring this situation back, to bring it to, either bring it into being or to revive it in some way, and they want to do that. That is what they want to do, because essentially they are seeing you as the Two of Cups, which is this beautiful union, and it goes unbelievably with the marriage card. They might actually even be wanting to offer marriage or a committed situation to you in some way. I feel like that is what they are feeling. That is their true feelings. So they definitely want to be with you. They definitely want to have this committed situation with you. They definitely want a balanced situation with you. They definitely want emotional fulfillment. They believe that you can provide that for them. And that together the two of you can have this brand new beginning. That might be that this is a bit of a risk for them, because the Fool card is a leap of faith. It is a risk, but it is something that they want to take. It is something, you know, a leap of faith that they want to definitely take towards you, pile number two. So this is actually kind of like a beautiful outcome really here, isn't it? So with the Nine of Cups, I mean, that is Pisces energy. Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. Two of Cups is, Cancer energy. So there's a lot of, in their feelings, you know, there is a lot of cups, really. So they are deep in their feelings. They have a lot of feelings for you. And, you know, I feel like they feel that there's also a huge potential. Because marriage, Two of Cups, you know, like, if you're going to embark on a long-term committed relationship with somebody, you want to feel confident that you've got something really strong underpinning it all. A strong foundation of friendship, because, you know, successful marriages, last because people get on with each other, because they have a lot in common, because there's a lot of, there's a lot of things, a lot of threads keeping them, tying them together, and they enjoy each other's company over and beyond the sort of romance or the lust or the attraction. So once those things fade a little bit, you need to have something solid underneath it, and I feel like these two cards really represent that, and they feel that that is there with you and them. But let's have one more oracle card. Oh, what's that one say? Strength. Okay, so maybe they're trying to gather strength. This is the Fennel. So maybe they are trying to gather strength. Maybe there needs to be strength in this situation. Maybe they're wanting you, and then to be strong in the future. Maybe there was a lack of strength in the situation before, but maybe they want that. You know, they want to bring strength into the situation. 1 and 9, it's card number 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 10 is endings of cycles, and it goes back to 1, which is new beginnings. One more here. Tranquility, violet. Yeah, if there's been some, you know, sort of tumultuous energy or kind of up and down energy, or with the 10 of Wands here, heavy, burdensome energy, then I feel like they want tranquility and balance. They want peace. They want harmony. You know, marriage, 2 of Cups, all about balance, harmony, collaboration, joy, happiness. I think they want to bring that into the situation, you know, if it's been lacking before. But anyway, pile number 2, that's been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 3, welcome back to your reading. So in today's reading, we're doing, aren't we, their actions versus their feelings. You know, how are they acting? Does it, you know, match or correspond with how they're truly feeling about you? So you chose to come in under the Mermaid Tarot and this beautiful orange calcite. Just going to put that there. I've also pre-shuffled a couple of oracle cards, and I'll do some more during the reading. But let's get straight to it. Thanks ever so much if you've subscribed, commented or liked. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. But let's get straight to it. In fact, what I'm going to do, so I've got one card here. I'm going to take that one. This is the card for, you know, the oracle card that I chose for their actions. So you chose, card number 4, which says courtship. Okay. So this might be something, apologies if you can hear something in the background. There's one of my neighbours has started doing something in the garden. So if you can hear that in the background, I apologise. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something out there. So this is a card that's obviously the very beginnings of, you know, this is kind of like a bit of a Victorian scene, isn't it? An old-fashioned Victorian scene. This is the Kipper deck, by the way, of 2 people just in the very early stages. So this could be someone that you're in the early stages of a connection with, or it's like a crush situation or something like that, maybe, just for some of you. But anyway, let's see. And then this is going to be, we're going to look at that when we look at feelings. So let's first of all just ask, you know, remember it's general reading, so just take what resonates, and it's timeless. So it should be good for whenever you're finding it. But how is pile number 3's person, how are they acting right now towards pile number 3? Please can you make it clear to me? I feel like that one wants to come out. 5 of Wands. How are they acting towards pile number 3? Knight of Pentacles. And then this one. Temperance, which is the balance card here. Okay. 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Right. I feel like for many of you, in this pile, it could be a situation that's either just started, or it's somebody that you're interested in, that you're attracted to, like a crush or something like that. The overarching energy is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is, it's a little bit of an independent energy, but with this mermaid coming out of the, it looks a little bit like some sort of pool, some sort of little, it almost looks like a hot tub, doesn't it? They've just come out, you can just see their eyes there. So I feel like with this one, this person might be looking, they might be watching you, they might be very interested in you, but not giving it away in some way, because there's a little bit of secrecy to this particular depiction of the 9 of Pentacles. So I feel like they see you as a little bit of a, they could see you as a little bit of a wish fulfillment, and that might be why we have the courtship. They might want to court you, or they might want to come towards you. They might want to, or even be in the early stages of doing that. But they may be a little bit shy, or a little bit withdrawn, or maybe just watching you from a distance, or so giving off a little bit of an independent air still. So you're not really sure about how they're feeling. But certainly, I feel like with the Five of Wands, they might feel there's a little bit of competition for your, yeah, like almost like a little bit of competition. Like I'm having to compete with this noise in the background. I feel like maybe they're feeling there's a little bit of competition for your affections, for your attention. Because if you look at this card, the man is looking towards the woman, but the woman is looking sort of somewhere else. So it could be that they are sort of feeling or acting as though they want to come towards you, but they're also a little bit withdrawn as well. So you might be, that's why it reminds me of a little bit of a crush situation, where you might be getting those sort of signs and signals, and then the next day they're kind of withdrawing a little bit, and and then it makes you a little bit unsure in some way. So it could be as well because they're unsure about how you're feeling, because there's this sort of like them looking at you, but it's kind of like in a bit of an undercover secret way, because you can just see their eyes above the water. You can't see anything else. It's all dark. The card's quite dark. And I just feel like this person is probably looking at you from afar, maybe giving you sometimes a signal that they like you, but then sometimes not. Something like that, because this energy is also mixed. So somebody's interested and then the other person isn't interested. So it could be that they are sort of behaving in ways which make you not sure about how they're actually feeling, and making you question whether actually what you're picking up on an intuitive level or from their body language or whatever. Maybe sometimes you think that they like you, and sometimes you think that they don't. It could just be that they're acting in a very sort of slow way. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles, it could be that if it's a cross situation, you want them to kind of give a bit more, you want them to show a bit more, you want them to move towards you. And it could be that they're just acting in quite a slow way, or you think they're acting in quite a slow way, because that is the Knight of Pentacles. They might just be giving it a lot of thought, because this person is under the tree, they're thinking. They might need somebody that needs to really plot out and plan before they make a move, but it means that they behave or act in a sort of slow way. They could be quite a slow and steady character, somebody who's quite slow, steady, thoughtful, somebody who's going to be who wants to act in a correct way, because with the courtship card, I mean, there was a certain etiquette to courtship in the 19th century, everything had to be done in the right way at certain stages. So it could be that this person is acting or wants to act in the correct way. It might be a work connection. So for some of you, this might be a work connection, but I feel like they, so they might be just kind of sometimes thinking that you like, sometimes giving off the energy that they like you, and then you're thinking, well, I mean, I'm not really sure. Again, there's this sort of like this, although temperance means balance, in this particular depiction, this person has two conches in their hands. So it's like they're sort of doing this all the time. So sometimes they're coming forward, sometimes they're retreating, or sometimes they're looking, and then sometimes they might be looking here. So you're just not sure, or they're behaving in ways which isn't balanced. I feel like in this one, I want to say, they're behaving in ways that isn't balanced, that isn't, that it makes you question whether they actually like you, something like that. And I feel it is for this particular pile more about people that have just kind of started, maybe you've just started a connection with somebody, or you like someone. And you're in those very early stages where it hasn't, the foundation hasn't been built up, so you're sort of both kind of questioning and wondering, and how they really feel about you. And I think this person is kind of acting in a way that is no, I don't think they're meaning to give mixed messages, actually. I don't think they're meaning to give mixed messages. It's just that it's the kind of like either a secret situation, like a crush situation, or it's the very early stages. So maybe they don't want to appear silly, maybe they don't want to appear too keen, maybe they want to, somehow come across as if they know what they're doing. So something like that, and it's meaning that they yeah, they don't want to seem too keen. I think that's what I'm getting. They don't want to seem too keen. So they're sort of, sometimes they pull back a little bit. Something like that. So in terms of astrological signs, with the Five of Wands here, I would say, or not I would say, that is Leo energy. Knight of Pentacles could be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, and Temperance is Sagittarius. Nine of Pentacles, again, that is Virgo energy. Now, Virgo, we've had Virgo a couple of times, haven't we, with it being the Knight of Pentacles being any one of the earth signs, and this is Virgo. And Virgo's quite a shy energy, quite an introverted energy. This person actually might just be quite shy as well within themselves. But let's see what else we've got here. Let's see. Can we have, how is pile number three's person acting towards pile number three? Diligence. That would go with a Knight of Pentacles. Diligence. So diligence is when you work hard, doesn't it? It could be a work connection for a lot of you. So maybe they are, maybe there's something about them trying to get your attention here. So maybe they're acting in a way where they're trying to get your attention, but maybe they're thinking you're not giving them much, something like that. So with the diligence here, they're trying to work hard to get your attention, something like that. I mean, that's also a bird that is flying on high, isn't it? Looking at the bigger picture. You can see the bigger picture. So maybe they're making plans. So maybe there's something about them making plans about this situation with the Knight of Pentacles here under the tree, working things out. Maybe they are actually trying to make plans for this connection, but they're not showing you that. Or they are keeping themselves detached or distant in some way, or secretive, something like that. So maybe you're thinking they're not really interested, but they're sort of keeping it private, they're keeping it secret. But anyway, let's see how they are actually feeling. What have we got here? Oh, happiness. The ladybug and the sweet pea is happiness. Beautiful. So we've got courtship about how they're acting, and then happiness. And that would go with the Nine of Pentacles, because that is a very happy card, but it is an independent card. So let's see now. Let's see. Okay, so how is pile number three's person? Oh, I haven't actually asked the question, so I'm not going to say that. How is pile number three's person actually feeling about pile number three? How are they actually feeling about pile number three? We've got that one, which is the Two of Wands. Now, the Two of Wands came out, did it come out here? No, it didn't come out here, sorry. And then we've got the Page of Wands, and then we've got the Six of Wands. Oh, there's a lot of fire here. I feel like there's a lot of traction, definitely, with all these wands. And then we've got the Knight of Cups underneath. Yeah, 100%. This, if you're not, I feel like this is something that is, like I said, in the early stages, that's maybe just got started. There's a little seed, because courtship is the seed of something, it's the beginning of something. Two of Wands is when that seed has started and we're just waiting. It's actually also the planning and the preparation stage. So maybe there's a little seed, they've given you a little bit of an idea that they like you, or you've just gone on a few dates or something like that. And they are feeling, they're just kind of waiting to see whether they can fight off any competition, actually. I feel like there's a bit of an idea that they think there's some competition in this situation. And they're sort of waiting with trepidation. That you make them feel very happy, that's for sure, because we've got the Knight of Cups here as the overarching energy. Well, that is the ultimate card of romance in the tarot deck. I mean, this person wants to offer you romance. It goes very much with the courtship card. They want to say romantic things. They want to do romantic things. They want to, you know, it's a Piscean energy. So I don't know if Pisces means anything to some of you, but it's probably the most creative, artistic, romantic knights in the deck. I mean, if it comes up in a romance reading, it is about romance. So I feel like this person wants to offer you romance. I feel like it is really like a crush or an attraction situation, or a very new situation, and this person is feeling incredibly happy with you and very romantic towards you. They feel incredibly romantic towards you, but they I feel like they also want to offer you something stable and solid here with the Diligence and the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, the Page of Wands is about a new beginning. Pages are about new beginnings, but it can also mean a message of some kind. Pages are messengers, yeah? So this person also might have quite a young, vibrant energy as well to them, because we've got a lot of knights here and a page. So they might be quite young. Courtship suggests the newness of a relationship, so they might be quite young and idealistic with the knight here. Very enthusiastic to be in a connection with you, very energized by being in a connection with you, feel a lot of attraction and chemistry towards you, wanting to message you, wanting to connect with you. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. They want to reach out in some way. That might, because it comes right under the Knight of Pentacles, they might be planning on how they're going to do that, because this Knight of Pentacles is planning here underneath this tree with their notebook here. I feel like they're planning on how they can come toward you, how they can connect with you, how they can let you know properly that you make them feel happy and that they want to begin something with you. And if you haven't begun something with them already, they want to begin something with you, or they want to continue with it because they feel a strong sense of romance. And maybe they just want to be recognised as well by you. So maybe if this is, say like this is you, you're looking maybe at other things. So maybe you've gone, maybe this is somebody that you've just dated a couple of times, or, you know, not somebody that you've had any kind of major connection with. You might be dating other people, they might be dating other people. It might just be that very early phase, really. But they want to be recognised by you. They want to be acknowledged by you. They think that this particular situation is going to be a successful connection, or they're feeling like it could be a successful connection. I mean, maybe they are choosing you, because this person again is looking at two beautiful shells, but she's clearly focused on one of them. So I feel like this person is choosing you. They really choose you because you will bring them happiness, you will bring them success. I feel like as a couple, they're thinking that this is going to be a really successful partnership for them. And maybe you're a little bit of a, you know, together, you make a really good team, or they're feeling like you make a really good team, but there's an awful lot of heat in this situation. So I feel like your person is really focused on you and finds you very, very, very attractive here. I think they're feeling confident. I think, or they want to feel confident with all the yellow here. They want to feel confident when they come towards you. That might be why they've been a bit slow in their actions, because they want to feel confident when they come towards you and self-assured. They don't want to feel like they don't know what they're doing. Something like that. But anyway, let's see what else we've got for you. How is part number 2's, not number 2, but that might be an indication for you to listen to number 2 if you're still drawn. How is part number 3's person feeling towards part number 3? Oh, these want to come out. What are these? 2 here. We've got duality and courage. So maybe they're just trying to get the courage for some of you, if it's not actually come into being yet. Maybe they're trying to get the courage to make that move. I feel that might be why we've got the 2 of Wands at the moment. They're sort of in and are in should I, shouldn't I, but they actually do want to make that move because they're feeling that you would make them happy here. And there's something about them wanting to do the right thing here, I think, with the Diligence as well. They want to do things right, correctly. And then we've got duality here with the banana. A duality. Okay. So what does that mean? Let's have another one to clarify the duality. Vitality. So I feel like this situation is making this, I feel like there is a lot of vitality here with all the wands here. There's a lot of fire, there's a lot of energy. I feel like you're, and it's funny enough because bananas do give you energy, don't they? So I feel like this connection energizes them. I feel like they feel that you energize them. You give them a lot of, yeah, I think they feel that you give them a lot of, I'm getting hope. I don't know why. I feel like they think you give them a lot of hope. You give them a lot of health. Somehow it's something about linked to their health that they feel you know, that you would balance them out sort of mentally, physically, that they would be have a very kind of like healthy, good connection with you. Now the duality might be, so I'm just noticing this snake here. Maybe they're also thinking that there's potential for there to be, like the snake the snake sheds their skin, doesn't it? So maybe there's a shedding of something for them, that if they connect with you, that they will be able to sort of almost have sort of like a new lease of life in some way, a shedding of the old and embracing something with you that would kind of like be a new lease of life of them, give them health, give them happiness, give them stability, provide passion and attraction for them, you know, romance. It kind of gives them everything really. And it's like a shedding of, maybe there's some fears with them in some way, there's some fears with them, and I think that, you know, being with you is going to give them confidence, it's going to give them courage, it's going to be a shedding of an old, you know, how they were before, and it's going to be like a sort of like a new lease of life for them, something like that. But anyway, pile number 3, that has been your reading. I hope you've liked it. If you have, then please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.